Today, I want to talk about something that sits right at the center of a Catholic homeschooling. It's about trusting God. Hi there, I am Maria-Ignacia from the Little Way Academy. I just want to give you a heads up, I have my baby right here and she's entertained, but she might make a few noises, so I just wanted to put that out there so that you don't think crazy things are happening in here. Today, I want to talk about something that sits right at the center of a Catholic homeschooling. It's about trusting God. Trusting Him in our journey. Trusting Him that He made us with all the skills necessary to bring our children up, to teach them, to help them be the capable adults that we know that they can be. You know, homeschooling isn't just an educational decision, obviously. It has everything to do with academics, but it's something a little bit more deep than that. It's a spiritual decision, especially for us Catholic parents, because we are deciding to homeschool so that we can instill in our kids the values of the Catholic Church and hopefully succeed in this fiat and this yes that we're saying to God, to this calling that is so beautiful but also so humbling. The truth is, most days you're going to be wondering, am I doing enough? Am I equipped for this? Am I capable of raising my kids and educating them to be capable adults? The answer is yes. Yes, because God sent us exactly the children that we need for their skills, for their abilities, for our skills and our ability. But we need to remember we are not called to do this alone. There's this saying that says it takes a village. And that is so true. It takes a village because we were created to live in community, to live socially. And once kids come into the picture, we need other adults, other generations to help us transmit all this knowledge that it's ancient, that it comes from generations before us. There is a verse that has anchored me through many adverse moments. It reminds me that God is the master, the creator, the master builder, if you will. So this basically means that I am God's hands. There is this prayer, and I only know it in Spanish, so it might be a crazy translation, but one of the parts of this prayer says, Mother Mary, please lend me your hand so that I can work better, so that I can do a better job. And this is exactly... Hi. Are you gonna let me film? Yes. So how much more important is it that I am asking God for His will to be done through me? In this case, through me to my children, through you to your children. It is really easy to fall in comparison just watching other families doing what they're doing. It looks Pinterest perfect, with all their curriculum, all their shelves, and plenty of It is really easy to fall in comparison just watching other families doing what they're doing. It looks Pinterest perfect, with all their curriculum, all their shelves, and plenty of organization things that you see 27 books, 5,500 different types of paints, and color pencils, and stickers, and binders, and folders, and then all these worksheets. And then you're left feeling like you can't do all that, because when are you going to actually play with your kids, or cook lunch, or go clean the bathrooms? It can be very difficult when you see all these things online, and that's why I'm not actually a huge fan of social media, because it leaves me feeling very anxious, very depleted, and with feelings of no self-worth. And that is a very big problem because we're only seeing what they want us to see, but also because God didn't call us to go and do their homeschool. They call us to do ours, our homeschooling, our needs, our organization, what works for us. He called us to serve our children in our home with the gifts that He gave us. So how do we build trust? How do we stop feeling like this and start building a beautiful, happy homeschool? Well, there are 4 things. The first one is to begin with prayer. It's obvious, I know, but it is something very, very important because it's His will that we're trying to make and facilitate here on earth. So before anything happens, you start your morning with prayer for yourself, for your family, and then before books open, before activities are done, before anything, you also have a family prayer time and you offer your day to God. Even something as simple as Jesus, I trust in you, or a whole morning offering or a whole prayer routine, whatever fits your needs for that day or for that month or for this period of time, because maybe you're postpartum or maybe you're pregnant or maybe you feel like you are stuck on something or you feel like life is great, I could be doing everything all day long because you're on a roll or something. Great. Adapt whatever needs to be adapted to your circumstances. So the most important thing is to make prayer a foundation and not just an afterthought. Now, the second thing is to embrace messy moments. Like this one. She keeps crying. Right on cue. So just because the baby's crying, the toddler is dumping all the crayons on the floor, or something happens that leaves us all in tears before lunch, we just need to remember that He is still working. Trusting in Him does not mean that it's going to be all smooth and perfect. It just means that we're going to embrace everything that happens, even though it's so hard, and then trust that we are doing enough because He is the one working through us. The third thing is to discern and adapt. Charlotte Mason spoke beautifully about education being an atmosphere, a lifestyle. Trusting God, I have found, is sometimes letting go of the ideas of what I thought homeschooling would look like and listening instead to what He is asking it to be. That could mean a slower pace, more prayer time, shifting academics or subjects around to fit your child's needs. And that's okay. That's how it's supposed to be. You adapt. You need to make sure that you're able to take on changes, that you can be flexible with your schedule, with your subjects, with everything. Finally, number 4 is lean into grace. There's a lot of grace in just showing up. Sometimes I wonder, why am I doing this? And then I remember, hey, you don't have to think, you don't have to worry. All you have to do is trust and lean in His grace. I try to go to confession. I receive the sacraments weekly or as often as I can. This just gives me more grace, brings me closer to Him so that I can understand and hopefully execute what He wants me to. Basically, I'm letting Him homeschool me as I homeschool my children. So, if you're in a season of doubt, of decision, or of exhaustion, I want you to know this. God chose you. He chose you to be the mom of your children. He chose you to educate them, to bring them up. He knew your weaknesses, your strengths. He knew your past, He knows your present, and He knows your future. He has not left you alone in this. You are not failing. You are faithing. I don't know if that's a word, but let's go with it. If this encouraged you, I would love if you would share with another Catholic mom. And if you want to share what are your struggles with homeschooling, I would love to read them in the comments section below. Please subscribe and remember, let's keep raising little saints one little way at a time. Bye. See you soon.